What's up YouTube, it's Skinny, and today's video we're going to be trying to get 1 million Robux from nothing. But you ask, how are we going to get this 1 million Robux within 2 days? We are going to be making games such as this one that has a lot of players and lots of things that you could buy, earning me Robux. So let's get started. Right off of the rip, we're gonna have to start coding and making sure that we have enough things that players can buy, gaining me more Robux so that I can give back to you guys. By the way, all the Robux that I make during this video and after the video will be given to my subscribers and people who like the video. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and add me on Roblox so I could be choosing you to be the winner. So make sure you guys add me on this account. This will be my username on Roblox. Go to my games. This is what the game is called, and then purchase any one of these, and then once I have enough, I will be giving back to everybody. This is the cheapest one, and then it goes up, and then this is for the rich people. Only 1 in 10,000 people ever make 1 million Robux. But I want to change that. I'm hatching a scheme to make 1 million Robux to show that anyone, including you, can do it too. So buckle up, because these 30 days were intense. But it all starts with Operation Greed. We're starting with the simplest, matchmaking. So let's quickly get rid of this ugly display plate. And let's make it a nice tropical island. These spawn plates that people used to use are now going out of style, that's for sure. But after making a little island, we're gonna spice it up a little later. I made a chair into a table. I done multiplied and GUI'd and created slots for our cards where our cards would go. But with a little bit of coding, we got our first matchmaking system. And this is what I love to see. And with our first chunk already done in 2 hours, if we stayed at this pace for the whole 30 days, we'd be doing this way faster to get to $1 million. But let's just hope the next few days are as simple as this. Day 2 is now here. But now it's time to work on the most important part of the game, the main gameplay loop. I got some screenshots of some brain rots to use as the deck of cards and then coded a little more. Line after line, I made the game actually look good. Started making sound effects for cards when you pick them up, and by this point we're just speeding through this and we're almost done the core of the game. Now we got to do the UI so you can get the wins, some money. So I had to just work out, but I see all this times the UIs for all the games are just simple and similar, so I try to make something new with the app called Sigma, and I actually like the ones that I made, and I went right back to Roblox Studio. And is it just me, or these just look sick, guys? No offense to everyone else, but mine's just the best. Players now get wins and cash whenever they beat others in this cards game, but there's a lot more to be added to this game before I really release it. So after adding a few more card packs, YouTubers, we have one more system to add before we figure out how this game will make us I built a spot for a rotating cosmetic shop and cooked up some chairs, like a relaxing chair, office chair, and a rock. But we had to make a stock service, and I knew that it would take a lot of time, so I was stuck for a long time. But once I came back to my computer, I did it again, and I realized that the coding, it was just challenging, but I had to just draw them. All I had to do was that. But boom, that's what we made. So the inventory works now, but it didn't. And I kept trying, had to fix the coding again, and boom, money started raining. I also made a leaderboards, and then I went for a little walk, because I needed a little break. And I came, and I just needed some AI. I just used some AI, but everything was working after that. The inventory worked, everything worked. But the complete step 2 was just to add some death effects. But I spent a whole 30 minutes trying to code just for this, just to see this stupidness. So after that, I had to just code the death effect service, linked it up to the controller on the client. But before I finished the system, I seen something insane. And my friend Notley Reese, his game was dropped, and he had 11,000 people active players. This was great for him, but it was not great for me, because clearly I was not finished my game, but I wanted to be successful just like that. So after finishing all the death effects, the game was looking pretty snazzy, I must say, pretty snazzy. So now it was time for the operation that would help us rake in this Robux. Step 3. We just had to get monetized, and for this we just had to do some startup, and it hit me in the head. So guys, we tried to do something, but we didn't know, so we just added VIP. We added some cooler chairs for the players, some, cosmetics, some tags, some multipliers. Made a cool hacking corrupted chair, and this one took a little while, but we made it a set, and these are pretty rare ones in the game. And next on the list, we had to do a streak, so whenever, just like rivals, win round, but you just run it up. Let's keep going, guys. We added a steal service, so you could steal some money from other people. You get all of it, but they can still have half of it, so it's not as broken. But there's a restock sign, so they can restock too. And then I went to sleep. Okay, guys, back to work. We're 2 days away from finishing this game, so we have to add everything. There was one final thing that I wanted to add to take it all over. So I went to my friend. He told me this cool effect that I could put on the 5,000 cash, but it took like 10 minutes. So boom, we were monetized. We also still had to add much more stuff, but now it's time for the game to really make us some money. So we're releasing it tomorrow, but we had to get some ads, etc. We were thinking of resting, but we couldn't. So we added all these other things, group rewards, everything, the whole 9. And then we just had to start spending millions of dollars on ads. So I put $16 a day for 10 days, and that was like $160, but you guys would not need that much. That was just what I did for it, because we only have 24 days left to make 1 million Robux. And with our options set, we just had to click publish, and ding, release day was here, and nerves were very, very spiked. So we had 1 minute until my ads went live, and I was quickly reminded that I had to send it to my Discord, and I just had to send it. But yeah, I clicked it. The game released. So issues already happened. There's bugs. It was nothing crazy, but just a restart. The game was ready. It was being played. Everyone was playing the game, enjoying the game. We had Dokes playing. We had Doge playing. Whoever hell this guy was, but I don't know. He gave me a weird vibe. But step 4 was definitely complete. So work's still not done, but I really needed a rest, so I just took a rest to stay. It seemed like things were going very well. To make sure we got our 1 million Robux, we have to go to the next step and really do updates. We have 3 weeks until our challenge is over, so it means we could only do 3 more updates. But the game was averaging 25 players, then jumped to 60, then 75, and then 92. And we peaked at 225 active players all in the first 2 days. Surely we were making some money already. Well, I had no idea. So I never mentioned it until now, but I'm not allowed to look at how much money I've made so far until the end of the video. So let's not let us get sad about that. So let's just start doing some updates, adding some suggestions. Somebody suggested admin panel, so I added the button and flying commands. Added some commands: teleportation, explode, walk speed, everything. Face changing, everything, and zombify command, so you can turn into a zombie. But we'll be adding more commands later. But for now, that's all we had to do. But that was the first update. And after these things, we should get some way more players to join our thing after these updates. But now until the day the game drops, boom, we managed to get 133 as our new peak active players, and it was just starting to go up and up and up. And we're probably gonna be hitting the front page of Roblox like steal a brain rot. But something really had to go wrong on day 17. And this morning we went to go check on the game, and this is probably the worst thing just happened. The game, out of nowhere, it happened to 0 players. And I don't know what happened. I was stressing out, but the game died overnight. So I had to just do another update to make sure we can get back onto the charts. I added a bunch of new cosmetics, added the new trolling menu, added trolls, and before I knew, everything was ready to go. So when you buy it, you could troll other people, blind them, jump scare them. Oh, it didn't work. So there was a very big bug in the troll system. Every time you bought a troll, it would show every previous troll. So it was not pretty good. So I was just spending the next hour trying to fix that. But if you think that was the worst of it, no, it gets worse. But it's the worst with every single product in the game. So if you buy 5,000 and then buy 300, you'll just get an extra 5,000 along with any other purchase you made before. So it just didn't work. But my advice to you guys, just keep going, because it took me 5 years to make one successful game. But if you don't stress, then you guys could have it in the bag. So let's just see how much money we made. Oh, we've only made 2,000 Robux. So I don't think the million Robux thing worked. So make sure you guys just like and subscribe, and let's run it back.